Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel Learn with Fun by Zarar Sir. Today we'll be discussing about simulation of NMOS and PMOS, which I have already taught in your previous lecture. So guys, this is NMOS, which you can see on the screen right now, and this is PMOS, which we have already discussed. And these are the top view of NMOS and PMOS. And you are aware about it that NMOS get activated when it gets once and PMOS get activated when it gets 0. And you are also aware this these are the symbol for NMOS and these are the symbol for PMOS. So today I'll be using the software which is called as MicroWin 3.5. Actually it is MicroWin and the version is 3.5. So this is the screen of your MicroWin. It contains this taskbar and a palette. Suppose you don't have palette, so you have to click over here and you'll get this palette. So what is the use of this software is you can understand the basic fabrication working of how this MOSFET fabrications uh, takes place. This is just a light version of it and in a trial period of 15 days, but my college has purchased it and it is a licensed software. So I'll just give you an overview how does this software work so that you can understand how does real fabrication might be. Okay, this is not the real fabrication way, but you can get a view of how the real fabrication might look like. So this substrate, you can, as you can see, there's a yellow dot over here which indicate that means this is the P substrate, and you are also aware about it that on P substrate my NMOS can be fabricated. So on P substrate my NMOS can be fabricated. So this is my P substrate, which means my NMOS can be fabricated over here. So for NMOS fabrication I need N diffusion, okay, and one polysilicon gate. It just look like exactly similar to this diagram. Now what you need to do is you need to apply logic 1 at the gate terminal, which means I am giving logic 1 positive supply at gate terminal and clock pulse as the input side, and I am looking towards output side. So just look at what I am using. I am using this as a VDD supply, add a clock, and to see output as visible node. Now if I run this, a very good simulation you will see is fantastic. You can learn this. For logic 1 I am getting output as 1. What does this mean? This means I am getting 1 as if my gate terminal is activated, since I have given positive supply, I am getting input same as output. But the problem is for one logic I am not getting exactly 1. See, I am giving input as 5 volt, but I am getting output as 3.17 volt. But if I give input at 0 volt, I am getting output as 0 volt, which indicate that my NMOS is good for logic 0. It is giving me exactly logic 0 output, but it is not good for logic 1. That implies that your NMOS get activated with 1, but it is for output purpose it has strong logic 0. So it get activated with 1, but it has strong logic 0. Do remember NMOS get activated with 1 and it has strong logic 0. So this is the waveform, a simple waveform for input and output. You will get exactly same output, but the thing is you're not getting 1 properly. This is the problem of NMOS. Now let's take another example for PMOS. So I need to remove this. You can take this gun and you can shoot all this thing. Now I'll take PMOS. So this is N sub P substrate. On P substrate NMOS can be fabricated. But to fabricate PMOS you need N substrate. So we can't change the substrate over here. So we'll create a well, as I have taught you. You will be learning this in CMOS designing. So this is my N well created. This well is created so that you can fabricate PMOS on it. So for PMOS I'll use P diffusion, okay, and I'll use polysilicon. Now you tell me for PMOS what logic you should give at gate terminal. This is your gate over here. So for PMOS you should give 0. So I should give ground over here as exactly same as previous, clock over here, drain sides, and output as source terminal. Now I'll apply. To activate this well, I need to apply VDD over here. This is a very crucial and important step because you need to activate this well which you have created. Now if I run this, you will see a fantastic output at the terminal. What is the output at source terminal? For 1 I am getting exactly 1, but for 0 I am not getting 0, which implies that my PMOS is good for logic 1 and weak logic 0. Now just two lines that you need to remember, or you can note it down somewhere, that NMOS get activated when it get 1, but it gives output strong logic 0, means opposite of it. It get activated with 1, but it has strong logic 0, while PMOS activated with 0, but it has strong logic 1. So this is a very fantastic concept that you need to remember. So both MOSFET has some problem, and that problem will be dealt by CMOS. That's why CMOS has advantages over NMOS and PMOS. Now as you can see the simulation result, see I have drawn this using manual approach, but this software provide you some better features, like if I delete this to show you better way, if I delete, if I need to create some MOSFET, I can directly select, click on MOS generator, and I can create my N channel or P channel MOSFET, whichever I want. Suppose I want N channel, so I can use this MOSFET. Now see, this is my NMOS. If you click this, see this is what we have created, and it is a very perfect design. Now I'll show you once again so that you should be clear with the concept. Yes, it works properly. If I apply VDD over here, and now I'll select clock pulse, I'll apply clock pulse over here, and I'll take output from this terminal. Now will it work? It needs to work. See, it is working, and you can see it is giving me weak logic 1. It is giving me 3.7, but strong logic 0, which I already taught you. So what is the advantage of using this software? You can generate your own MOSFET. There are many advantages like VHDL program, VHDL code can be compiled, simulation, many 3D view can be done, 2D views can be done. I can't show you 3D on light version. So this is the advantage of this software. You can generate your resistor also. Just to give you an overview how resistor looks in a MOSFET. Okay, so if I says 100 ohm resistance, okay, so you can use this thing or you can generate your own resistor. So see, if I click on resistor over here, I'll show you again. You have to click on MOS generator and you have to generate resistor. Now if you look, if I need 1k ohm resistance, that is 1 kilo ohm, and if I click generate device, now you can look how this resistor are fabricated into real IC. Resistor like this are fabricated into real IC. That means your polysilicon material is only used for resistance purpose. So polysilicon material is used for resistance purpose in IC designing. Hope you have understand this. You can also fabricate capacitor. Just to give you overview how capacitor looks. And actually we don't use capacitor like this. Actually we use MOSFET as a capacitor, that we will be dealing with later on, and see how much is the size of capacitor. So this is the real actual capacitor looks like. This is again made up of polysilicon material. So this is the fantastic way that you can understand really a great design using this simulation tool. I don't want to get into the detail of it, but it is fantastic tool to understand some concepts that you have missed out in your semesters. So this tools you can use. There is one more basic version that you can use. It's an open source version which is called as Magic software that you can also use. Okay, so this is the part of NMOS and PMOS simulation on microwind. In the next video I'll teach you CMOS and I'll show its fabrication of CMOS in that video. That's it from today my side. Thank you. Please like the channel, like the video, subscribe the channel, and do comment if you have any doubts or query or you like my video. That's it. Thank you. Have a nice day.